Tyler, thanks. Danielle Harmon says her life was always meant to be about service. Her way to fulfill that mission was 24 years in the Air Force. Those years were spent around the world, simultaneously raising a family and serving her country. And Harmon was enlisted as the military was changing during some of the major moments in our nation's history.
It just was always something that I knew I wanted to do. I wanted to serve.
Inspired by her family, there wasn't much doubt where Danielle Harmon would end up.
My two great uncles and my dad were all in the Air Force. My two great uncles in the Army Air Corps.
Originally, Harmon was chosen for Armed Forces Radio and Television, but lack of space in the program meant a change in career path.
As an intelligence analyst, there were lots of different things that I did. And none of it I can really talk much about.
Harmon had top secret security clearance, meaning that much of her work still remains a secret. But she will tell you she worked long shifts all over the world, including Japan, England, Hawaii, some time in Germany and South Korea, and eventually back in the United States.
Everything that I did affected combat operations in one way or another. Everything that I did had an effect on whether or not we kept the United States safe, and sometimes even more importantly, our boots on the ground after 9/11 safe.
9/11 changed the lives of all Americans, especially those of service members.
And we knew immediately that this was organized and an intentional attack, and we kicked into gear doing the things that we do.
Harmon was stationed in England during the attack, and she says the feeling of uncertainty that swept the country also rippled through the military.
We didn't know, my ex-husband and I didn't know if we were going to be deployed. So at one point we considered bringing our kids back home to leave them with my parents until we knew what was going on.
After 24 years, she said she knew it was time to retire. So Harmon held the ceremony in a place that was very special to her, the Women in Military Service for America Museum.
We just assume that veterans are men. That's not the right answer. That's not the right answer at all. Women in the military go through an awful lot. It's combat and whatever else, and women are making strides in doing the things that everybody said that they couldn't do.
Harmon rose to the rank of Master Sergeant and says she would not trade those years in the Air Force for anything.
It was my choice to stay for 24 years, and I loved it. I loved every minute. My life has been and will always be about service in one way or another.
Harmon says one of her favorite parts of joining the Air Force was being able to volunteer with Honor Flight. She has two children who she raised as she was moving around the world to all of those different duty stations.